inda annabi ya dame mu ya kamata fa a sani kes ɗin maganganun nan da ake son ai wannan dabaru a rufe kashi a cito ba fa kes ne daga kai na ya faru ba a duniya fa ake ciki girma yake ridda ce take ta faruwa fa yanzu duk maganganun nan suna nan kilif ina da shi da ake ta challenge na ma'aiki ta kai ga musulmi na fita a fakan la haƙiƙa al'amarin nan da yake faruwa yan ɗauka ake kamar rigima ce tsakanin ni da waɗannan bayan Allah magana rigima ce tsakanin musulunci da sifa amma da manzon Allah da ƙalubalen da yake cikin littafin hadisi.
Let's carry on with this. I'm saying from being heavily in debt and from being overcome by men. Then we reached Khaybar, and when Allah enabled him to conquer the fort of Khaybar, the beauty of Safiya, oh yeah, that was Safiya one. Safiya bint Hayat bin Akhtab was described to him. So he didn't know about this woman. She was basically the daughter of the general of the tribal chief of Khaybar, which he has just conquered. She was a daughter of him. I think in some places she was been mentioned as 19 years of age. Is that right, human being? She was about 18, 19, very young, yes, very beautiful. Yes. So she was told how beautiful Safiya was. Now her husband had been killed. Her husband had been killed while she was a bride. Okay, so Allah's messenger selected her for himself and took her along with him till we reached a place. Now, where is that part where the hadith mentions, or the other books mentions, Safiya says, running to Muhammad's arms, Muhammad, thank you very much for killing my brand new husband. I did not love him. Now, I am here for you. Just, I've been waiting for you. Here's my legs. Where's that part? Imagine this. And this is what I talked about. This is the worst part. The sex slavery part is the most disgusting part that I got shocked when I discovered this, and this is why I told about the journalist Mubashir Luqman as well. Just imagine, forget about other people, other non-Muslims understand this is disgusting, but if you're a Muslim, just imagine that. Someone comes, an enemy kills you, kills all the men, well, at least if you're a man, you'll be dead, and then your women will be their sex slaves, like Safiya. Yes, if you really fall in love with her, you can add her to your harem that has already got 10 other wives. Yes, Muhammad did have 10, 11, 13 wives. That is probably a better status than being just a sex slave, like a random sex slave. Hey, I'm coming to your room tomorrow. Or actually, no, don't tell him. Just go unannounced and take off your clothes. That's just disgusting. You just cannot imagine that. How can people in the 21st century defend that? I just don't get it. But anyway, so who was there to stop a winning conqueror? So Allah's messenger selected her for himself and took her along with him till we reached a place called Sad as-Sahaba, where her menses were over, and he took her for his wife. Okay. All right, I've just had my armies just killed your husband. Now, okay, you've had your menses are over, so it means, you're not pregnant, so I'm just gonna bang you. She didn't clarify the whole, what's the iddat period? There's a tradition in Islam, it's called iddat. So when you are divorced or your husband is dead, you have to wait, how many days, a human being? 40 days or something?
Yes,
40 or 50
days, yes.
Yeah, so you have to wait 40 days to make sure that you've had enough period that you were not pregnant. So one of them could be a reminiscent. Maybe Safiya had sex, with her husband just a day before she died, so she was already in a period, or and then a couple of days later, period still came because she might not have conceived. That can also happen sometimes. So to ensure that the woman is not going to bear a child of the ex-husband or her dead husband, you have to wait 40 days. But have a look at this here. Muhammad was so, as usual, he wanted a fresh woman. Why not have a war booty? Sorry for the lack of... No pun intended. Actually, maybe pun was intended. Anyway, so where her menses were over and he took her for his wife. Some other sources say that he actually had her as a slave, but sure, it doesn't matter. We'll accept it even as a wife. So Harris, a kind of a dish, was served on a small leather sheet. That's fine dining. There's some dating going on. That's gotta impress the girl. Then Allah's messenger, and by the way, Allah is not some charming 30-year-old handsome man. Allah's messenger is like I don't know, he would be probably 54, 55 years old at that age, maybe 60, I don't know. Then Allah's messenger told me to call those who were around me. So that was the marriage banquet of Allah's messenger and Safiya. Where's Safiya? I mean, there's no word saying that Safiya was dancing with joy and so happy. Then we left for Medina. I saw Allah's apostle folding a cloak round the hump of the camel so as to make a wide space for Safiya. Oh, how romantic of the Prophet to sit on behind him. He sat behind his camel, letting his knees for Safiya. What a gentleman! It's like they're holding the door. That's the equivalent of holding the door. What a gentleman. To put her feet on as to mount the camel. Yes, of course, he was trying to win her heart. He had just killed her husband. Then we proceeded till we approached Medina. He looked at Uhud and said, "This is a mountain which loves us and is loved by us." Oh, yes. Good memories, huh? That's where Muhammad pretended to have been killed and he was hiding under dead corpses. Then he looked at Medina and said, "Oh Allah, I make the area between its two mountains a sanctuary, as Abraham made Mecca a sanctuary. Oh Allah, bless him in their mood and Sa." So that's a sad story. This is the most charitable story of Safiya. There are other places where Safiya was brought. So basically, another Ibn Ishaq's story is when he had her husband and father killed as well, and maybe brother killed as well. Safiya and another woman were brought to... Safiya was already picked by another Sahaba, and then somebody told Muhammad, who was probably jealous of the guy, "Man, why does he get such the prettiest girl in the room?" So he goes, "Hey, Prophet, did you hear about this other Abdul who took Safiya?" "No, I didn't hear about it." "Prophet, you would love her. She is a fine woman." Muhammad is like, "Huh? Woman? Fine? Beautiful? Okay, show her to me." And then Safiya was brought to him. Obviously, she's not allowed to speak or anything. And then the guy who already had Safiya, Muhammad says to him, "Give me that girl." He's like, "Okay, sir." And I think Muhammad gave some other... Yeah, he said, have any other woman, but leave this one for me. This one, mine. Fine woman. So that's another story of Safiya. But imagine the trauma she would have been going through. Her husband's been killed, her father's been killed, and I think her brother's been killed as well, just recently. And she's standing there like this. Kind of like we've seen those terrified Yazidi girls. You see them resisting? No, they don't. Those ISIS terrorists, they look at them and they take them. They're not shouting and screaming. They're in absolute fear. They're in shock. So that's the story of Safiya at the hands of the most merciful man. If that story doesn't shake any Muslim or make them reconsider their stance, then I don't know what will. You guys, your morality is absolutely dead if that doesn't shake you. Last word.
Haris, we cannot finish this. Yeah, we cannot finish by... You have to pull up chapter 2, verse 234, which shows Iddat period. So we know Muhammad did not follow Allah's... verdict about
chapter 2
verse 234.
Yeah, so I did talk about it, but let's show that.
I have to correct myself. I think I said 40 days. It's not 40 days. It's 4 months 10 days. So it's in the Quran.
There it is. So you have to wait, as per the Quran, you have to wait 4 months and 10 days. 4 months and 10 days you have to wait before you sleep with an already married or recently widowed woman. But Muhammad, I don't care who's the daddy. Come on, baby. That's what Prophet Muhammad was saying. And what a romantic Casanova he was. He was like, he was pulling out his one knee like this. It was like this. Give me your hand. Here's my knee. Come on, step on it. And then she rides a camel. What a man. And he obviously blatantly he blatantly disobeyed the Quran. Is there another Quranic verse as well where Allah has scolded Muhammad for not obeying him? I think there are a couple of Quranic verses as well that actually say that. But but that shows you Muhammad just made up stuff as he went along. So he didn't wait 4 months and 10 days. On the way back, he's like, man, I can't do it. Where's my condom? So didn't use that. Anyway, thank you very much.
ما فعله محمد مع صفية وبين العهد القديم ما الذي نستنتجه يا أخ رشيد؟
ده يمكن هو يعني ممكن نقول هو لب الحلقة. يعني شفنا انه من حق السبية في العهد القديم تحزن على اهلها 30 يوم وانه تصير زوجة ولا يحق لأي شخص بيعها بعد ذلك. لما محمد نقرأ في الحديث انه عن أنس بن مالك، ممكن نشوف النص عن أنس بن مالك قال قدم النبي خيبر فلما فتح الله عليه الحصن ذكر له جمال صفية. أهو أخذ واحدة سبية وقد قتل زوجها، دي مش بس واحدة سبية، لسه متزوجة حديثا وكانت عروسا، فاصطفاها رسول الله لنفسه فخرج بها حتى بلغنا سد الروحاء. يعني في طريق الرجعة لما بلغوا سد الروحاء حلت فبنى بها. حلت معنى حاضت يعني واعتقد ده اقحام من المحدثين. فبنى بها يعني دخل بها، يعني وهم في طريق الرجعة دخل بها. حلت ولا ما حلت زي ما بتهمش، الست لسه في تياب سبيها، لسه حزينة على أهلها، لسه حزينة على عرسها اللي مات، لسه حزينة على كل عائلتها. محمد لا تهمه هذه الأمور، كل ما يهمه هي شهوة الجنسية، هاتها. فقال لك الفقهاء حلت. طب لو حلت لو مشينا بفكركم حلت، ما هو الحيض بياخد مدة، يعني ما مش ساعة ساعتين يعني حلت. كان يستني لما تنتهي الدورة الشهرية بتاع المرأة بتاخد أيام، لكن هو لا، لما حلت بنى بها، يعني حتى ما استناش عشان تعرف انه هي مقحمة في النص لا فقط لا غير. لكن على العموم لم يعطيها 30 يوم، لا قالوا لها يعني احزني على أهلك ولا أي شيء، ويقول لك انه السبي في الإسلام وانظروا العهد القديم. لا، ده محمد بعد 2100 سنة من نص موسى عمل أسوأ شيء ممكن، يعني ما استطاعش أن يرقى حتى ما قبل المسيح، فكان بالأحرى يرقى إلى شريعة المسيح. ما استطاعش أن يرقى إلى ما قبل المسيح ب1500 سنة و2100 سنة من وقت محمد. فإذا ما فعله محمد لا يوافق لا العهد القديم ولا العهد
ɗayan hadisan Khaibar bisifa amma fyaɗe, auren dole, kwaye cinya, kashe mace a dare da auren matarsa washe gari, duka Anas da kansa ya rusa su. Babban dalila na ƙaryata su kenan, kuma ƙaryata rusa sun nan hadisi ne sahihi bisa sharaɗin Bukhari da Muslim cikin musnad na Ahmad bin dan Hanbali. In aka duba 12,409 za a ga Anas yana faɗa a wata riwayar hadisi sai bisa sharaɗin Bukhari da Muslim cewa ishi mijin nan nata da ya ce an kashi da daddare annabi ya auri matarsa da safi, bayan kuma an zo gun aurenta da annabi inda yake faɗa wannan duk abubuwa da ya tuka da warware a kai, annabi yake cewa da ita idan kin ga dama in bakki ki koma gun mijinki in kina sha'awarsa, in kina son zama da shi, in ni kike so ki aure ni. Wannan ya rushe duk hadisan gaba daya, yana musnad 12,409. so nake in ji azami da wannan riwayar duk abubuwan da ya faɗa ya gine su ne akan ne an kashe mijinta. Annabi ya duk Bukhari haka ya ta maimaita, Muslim haka ya ta maimaita, amma gashi mun samu malamin su Ahmad dan Hanbali na cewa kuma bayan an zo da ita za a yi auren, annabi na cewa in tana buƙatar mijinta koma gunsa. To ya aka yi haka? A ce an ban minti 10 an jero mas'alolin da kowace ɗaya ta hakikinta akalla a bashi minti 20 akalla. Yana buƙatar ba da amsa takaitacce da aka ban, shin hadisin nan da ya rushe waɗancan akwai ko babu? Shi kuma aure babu sadaki, ka sawa mace sharaɗi wanda ba za ta iya cika shi ba sai dai mika maka kai, me sunansa? Sannan akwai riwaya sahihiya cewa annabi ya yi sadaki, yana littafin nan ɓoye ta suka yi, kuma sadakin nan ma kuyanga ce ya ba da ita, sunanta a mai sun, ya ba da ita sadaki ga na safiya, kuma riwaya ce sahihiya. Sannan a cikin muslim din nan riwaya tana nan da Buhari take nuna a Banu Quraiza ta cikin Madina aka kama na Safiya ba a Khaibar ba, mil 5 daga masallacin Annabi zuwa gun da aka kama ta. Wani hadisi yana nan tabbatacce a Bani Quraiza. Dan haka hatta usulubin Anas gumbatin yakin Khaibar din yayi amfani da kalmomin da a Bani Quraiza aka yi, shine kakkashe matasa da suka ce Annabi yayi su 700 ya yanka su, ya jefo kalma tana Bukhari, Muslim sai gyara ta yi saboda ya gane ta koma Madina. Shine Annabi ya yayyanka su, ya kakkashe su. Wannan kisa da aka ce suka kirkira shi ma ba a yi ba. A Banu Quraiza aka ce Annabi ya yayyanka duk wanda gashi ya tsira a marasa, amma ba a Khaibar ba. Kuma yana cikin su, Bukhari ya rawaito shi lafazan yana ambatar kashe mutanen Khaibar wanda a Quraiza aka yi. Muslim ya gyara daga qatal ya mai da shi qital, amma duk riwayoyin duk hanyoyin min qatal ahli Khaybar suka ci. Da ya gama karkashi Bani Qurayza afwan, lamma faraga min qatal ahli Khaybar kaza ya ci gaba. To wannan qatul din Bukhari sai Muslim sai gyara mana shi qital, sai mun yaƙin su domin Khaybar yaƙi akai, ba wanda aka kashe sabaran a Khaybar ko mutum daya, wanda dai aka kirkira Annabi ya yanka matasa 700 ba a yaki ba a Banu Qurayza ne a lokacin Khandak yakin gwalalo shekara ta 5, wanda su suka tattaru suka tabbata duk wancan ba an kirkira ne da ba ta mace uwa uba. Farkon riwayar da suka kawo wanda ya tsallake abinda Anas yake faɗa cewa a Khaibar ne Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallama yasa a nemo mai hadimin da zai masa hidima, aka nemo shi anan ya fara sanin Annabi, bai san Annabi kwata-kwata ba sai a tafiya Khaibar. Amma ga riwayoyi a Muslim a Bukhari suna ta maimaituwa tun zuwan Annabi nake mara hidima har wafatinsa shekara 10. Khaibar shekara ta 7 aka yi ta, kenan bai je gaban Annabi sai shekara ta 3. Waɗannan riwayoyi suka tattara suka nuna waɗancan kalmomi ana nufin bata Annabi ne. Ni kuma abin da nake korewa ma'aiki waɗannan zantuttuka wanda da kansa yayi ta karo. Na Safiyan nan da yace Annabi ya aure ta ga yadda aka yi mata tilas ya karbi babu sadaki ya aure ta, yana nan a Bukhari cewa a Usfana aka kawo ta kafin Haibar da shekara 1. Saboda haka yadda aka bada aka tattace zancen, kuma wannan rules ba a ban suna duba ba, balle in zai da tsatsara amsan nan shine sa dole in dinga tafiya to the point direct. Hadisan Haibar gaba ɗaya ta suna ne, babu ɗaya da ya inganta. Da haka wanda zai tauna da ni fara ma tabbatar da hadisan, sannan mu zo mu rigima kansu. Da anan aka faɗa hadisi da ya tabbata, to ni ko ina da dalilai barkatai da suke cewa gaba ɗaya Anas bai tabbata ka Khaibar ba a yi ta da shi ba, kai Annabi bai san shi ba ma, sai an tabbatar da wannan sannan a zo a yi maganar waɗannan hadisai cewa na keta riwayoyi.